What's going on, guys? It is Friday and we are completely loaded up. You can see the trailer behind me, heading down to Bradenton Motorsports Park. We are doing a track rental tonight. That way I can accomplish my 6 NHRA license passes, and then depending on how tonight goes, maybe wick it up, and I don't know, we'll see. 7 passes in one day is kind of a lot for the car. And granted, we're not going to push the car at all hard, but we'll see how today goes. We'll feel it out. We'll make sure we're monitoring oil pressure, because the 6 passes are crucial right now. That way I can submit all my paperwork for my NHRA license. That way during drag week, I'm able to run quicker times. So without having an NHRA license, I can't turn in any time slip that's faster than a 10.0. And as if anyone's been following the channel in a recent amount of time, that's not really possible. The car is fast now. I mean, it's a very consistent mid to low 8-second car now. It's just for drag week. My only goal for drag week was to run an 8-second average. It could be an 8.99 average, I don't care. But my goal was to run an 8-second average and complete drag week. So obviously we definitely need the NHRA license to do so, and that's the purpose of today's track visit, is to do my 6 license passes so we can get that accomplished. So we're gonna head down to Bradenton Motorsports Park, and I will catch up with you guys there. Alrighty, we are now set up at Bradenton Motorsports Park. It is the day of doing license runs, so we're about to fill the car with ice, and I just turned it down a bunch. So right now I actually just made a tune, so it's actually going to run the same boost on the 60 foot, on the starting line as it does down track. So from what this sheet says, we have to run a half pass, a moderate, a moderate, a moderate, a full, and a full. So I'm going to step it up just a little bit each time, that way I can get a handle on the tune-up. But yeah, it's going to be start draining it, and we'll get going. I'll put a GoPro inside the car, and you can see my nice boring passes. So we just messed up. I made the down track boost the same as the 2-step, and I forgot to lift. So I'm not gonna lie, for like 15 pounds of boost to go 880, that's pretty cool. 150 mile an hour. So unfortunately, that's not good. So we're gonna have to basically turn it down a bunch more. And also on that pass, I completely forgot to turn on my air shifter. So we're gonna turn that on, well, basically plug it in. It's a plug that I always leave disconnected because I wired it backwards in the regards of positive and negative, so if I don't unplug it, it just draws battery power. It's relatively annoying. So, with the air shifter working, I'll plug it in, man. I can't do it one-handed. So I'm gonna have to turn down it a good bit more, and then we're definitely gonna have to dial it back, make a small hit, and then we're gonna keep going down the track, and then my 2 full hits later will be basically what we just did. So I'm basically just gonna upload the tune, turn it down a bunch more, and then hop back in the car and do it again. So we have just completed pass number 3 total of the night, 2nd going towards my license. I lifted I don't know, 100 feet, and to the quarter mile I went a 10.6. So this is basically what I have to do. I did a half. I mean, basically what Wade told me to do, the guy, track manager here, he said basically step it up each place on the track. So I went before the 60 foot, now I just went before the 330. Now I'm gonna go click it off before the 8th. So we got the fan underneath it right now. So cool part is, this is my homie Richard, Mr. RC Flint himself. He has got his cool S2000, and I haven't really shown this on camera yet, but we have a funny friendship now. Richard, hi.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see
So he is actually the guy that bought my VS85 off of me.
Yep.
And since then we became pretty good friends.
Absolutely.
So this is an S2000. He's got an 8.8 rear end as well, turbo 400 car. But this all started as what, a stick shift 5.7, went to a turbo 5.3.
Yep.
And then now it's a fully built 5.3 with a massive Jose forced inductions turbo on it.
Yep.
So he's actually, I mean, he's gone like 0 to 100 real quick with this car since I've known him for the past 6 months. Well, since November. We actually met on Thanksgiving so he could buy my old VS. And I mean, this car made 1,200 on the dyno.
Yep.
In a crazy convertible car just like me. But he's also out here because we're both doing our license passes for drag week. So we're gonna have 2 crazy convertible cars doing drag week this year, which is exciting.
That's gonna be pretty good.
So he's actually also the one just saved my butt last video, because he's the one that told me, he's like, Matt, you drilled and tapped or helicoiled your intake manifold studs. Yeah. And I had no idea they went into the oil. And he sent me screenshots at work of cylinder heads. He goes, no, that really does. So you'll probably be fine. Well, thank you for that.
No problem. The only reason why I knew that was because my studs, so I have 3/8 push rods.
Yeah.
My studs, if I thread them in too far, will touch the push rods.
Ah, I didn't. And we actually have the same base intake manifold.
Yeah. See how there's the long portion of the stud and there's the short portion? Yeah. If you put the long portion down into the head, it'll just barely touch the push rod. So
with mine, I actually had it both ways, but if I put the long side in, I didn't get enough meat to bolt the intake manifold down. So I have small side in the bottom and big side in the top.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. Even with the small part going down to the head, it's like really close.
See, I had no idea. So I just learned something new today. So both of us are having a really hard time with self-control and lifting.
I don't have self-control.
Unfortunately,
we have to. What is
that? We don't. No, it's hard to have. So, unofficially, officially, this car has been really fast, illegally.
Totally legal.
Totally legal.
It's
a Florida street car. But the craziest thing about this car, and I love the most, is he is faster than me. As of now, he's been at 822.
I don't. 8.2. I don't know what.
8.2 something. I have him a mile an hour. I did look at the slip on that.
Okay.
But it's not on right now, but this car normally does have air conditioning. Yep. Which is the craziest thing ever. And I mean, he truly does street drive the heck out of this car. And you've won True Street before.
Yeah.
Well, was it the stick shift class? Okay,
yeah.
so when this car was a T56 car, he won the stick shift, and it was a street car takeover.
I did, so FL2K, I think I came in 3rd place in the stick shift class. I think it was not this year, but last year. Streetcar takeover, 2 years. I took first place in the
awesome.
in the slower stick shift class.
It's crazy. Like, I remember seeing this car. Actually, oddly enough, I have a good memory of this car. I know the original owner that swapped the car. I met Bernard. I've known Bernard for years, and it was funny. So when we started texting back and forth about selling the turbo, I immediately knew this guy. I saw him at Streetcar Takeover 1 year in the stick shift class, and it was low key. The intake was under the hood. It was quiet, dark tinted windows. He had the top up, like low key, but the car was super fast. And I mean, it's just getting worse and worse. Yeah. It's getting fast.
The car went for years 950s with, I mean, everything, full interior, AC, power steering, stick car, the whole 9 yards.
With air conditioning.
With air conditioning, gotta have air conditioning. And then finally, I just recently was like, okay, I want to go automatic. I want to go a little bit faster.
Yeah. I talked him into auto stuff. Because once you get into the high horsepower stick shift stuff, it's just really expensive. Yeah, it is. And I mean, for what I have in my trans,
it gets stupid expensive.
Oh yeah, and it's not even the fact that it's wearable items that they're gonna break. Auto stuff, it just wears out. It's just clutches. Yeah. But the stick shift stuff, you're breaking gears.
Well, and that was the crap part. Was so I had bought a brand new clutch, ended up changing to a different motor, and had a brand new clutch. I wanted to get it rebuilt, but they couldn't rebuild it in time. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy another clutch so that way I had 2 of them. Now they're a couple grand.
Sure.
So there's a lot of money in clutches just so I could have a spare. I was like, okay, that works for the race program. I'll have a spare. That's no big deal.
Always.
So did that. Had the clutch in there for like 200 miles, and that motor, I pushed it a little too hard and blew that motor up. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll do a forged motor, but I went with an LT crank, which is the different bolt pattern.
Sure.
So the 2 clutches that I had
are absolutely useless.
Absolutely useless. So I told myself I will never buy another clutch ever, and I was true to my word.
And I talked him into an auto.
Yep. I said, you know, I mean,
now.
So I sold everything out of my old swap and paid for the auto swap, and then so I mean, I took the manual out of it, all the clutches, all the everything, and I was able to sell that, fund a basically a pro mod, you know, turbo 400,
yep,
torque converter, trans brake, bump box.
Oh, it's wild.
Intake manifold, intercooler, everything, all on the money of just what I sold the manual stuff for.
Like when I went into auto myself, like I had the twin disc on my Miata setup. I had a used transmission from an RX-7. I sold most of my stuff and broke even, still going into what I have now. And what I have right now, like his, it's high horsepower rated. My trans is good for like 2,000, 2,500 horsepower. So anyway.
I took a second right off the car just by going auto.
All right.
I mean, it's just,
I don't like having an argument with people.
I know.
Because they get butthurt when we say auto's faster, but it's really true.
You do.
So we're gonna keep making passes tonight. I know he's on pass number 3 coming up.
Yep.
I'll be on pass number 4, but my first one didn't count, so we're basically in the same field.
Are you having to come do this stuff?
So we'll catch you guys in a little bit. Well, just going over some information on the computer. So far tonight we've made a total of 5 passes. I made a full hit accidentally. Not even full hit, I lit a 60 foot, like a before 60 foot, a before 330. I made a couple of hits. So we got 2 more to do. These next 2 will be full passes. So I'm about to make a full quarter-mile hit, see what it does. Hopefully it's not too fast. I'm hoping to be somewhere around like 870s range right now. And then I'll turn it up just a little bit, run a next pass. And that should conclude my competition license application. And then if we got enough time still, I want to turn it up for 1 pass tonight. So it's exciting. These passes, I must say, are pretty boring. But the good news is we got great oil pressure. That's exciting. So anyway, keep hammering these out. Unfortunately, I don't have any more GoPro batteries inside the car, so I'll just check in with you guys once we're done in a little bit. Alrighty, so I got 2 things of news. I have good news and I got great news. We're done with our license passes. So far tonight, I've made 7 passes total in the car. Went 11.6, 10.6, 10.3, 9.9, 8.8, 8.8. So I have all 6 of my passes done, all the time slips. Also, I ran another 8.8 earlier. That was accidental. So we have 20 more minutes on my rental. I have fans on the trans. We got ice ready. I just loaded in something spicy. I'm trying to cool the car down and I'm about to make another hit. The goal is to run quicker than my 829. We'll see, but that'd be kind of cool. I mean, the car's made beautiful hits all night long. Hasn't had any hiccups. I did just fling an alternator belt, but not really worried about that. But the last pass, if you look back at my last video, we were freaking out about the bearings. But here we have, during this last pass, was an 884 lifting at the 1,000 foot. I mean, we have oil pressure across the board, 88, 87, 88, 87, and then it always tapers off just a little bit downfield, but still over 82 pounds of oil pressure. We're Gucci. So, of course, when I get home, we're gonna pull the filter again and cut it, make sure there's nothing in it, but that's good news. So this next pass, definitely something spicy. So basically it's the same as I ran my 829 pass in Atlanta, but it's got a little bit more timing down low where my 60 foot is. So in theory, it should go personal best 60 foot right now. Everything else down track's pretty much the same. But yeah, so the good news also is I just found I did bring my GoPro back, I just realized. So I do have another battery to put in the GoPro in the car, because I definitely want videos of this if it does go fast. So good news. So see you guys in the car. and that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So, excuse me. Unfortunately, I messed up tuning again. So all night we've been great. I did all my paperwork for the license, got drivers to sign off, we're good there. I just go to make a last pass, which I made pretty spicy, but I accidentally put the wrong settings in the ECU. So you got these two squiggly lines right here. You have the one that has the sharp angle, then you got the pink guy right here, and that is your actual. So this is in regards to my wastegate. I accidentally targeted 30 pounds of dome, I'm sorry, 33 pounds of dome pressure on the two-step, and only targeted 15 pounds of dome pressure going down track. So on the two-step, it actually just made 24 to 25 pounds of boost, and then down track it only made 15. And that was like an 870 pass. It was spicy. I'm telling you right now, that would have been a fast pass if it stuck. But gonna wrap it up now, packing the chute, packing the trailer up, and that'll conclude today's test session. In total, we just made, what, 8 passes? And oil pressure looks rock solid on every pass. So I can't be I can't be unhappy about that at all. I'm pretty happy with the car. Had no issues with water, haven't touched it all night. Coolant pressure's been okay. So I think we got ourselves a hot rod now. We're gonna go home and change the oil, and we're gonna cut the filter. We're probably not gonna change the oil. We'll cut the filter, and then we'll, depending on how the results are, we'll proceed there. So anyway, NHRA license passes, we're done. Time to send in the paperwork, and we should be good for drag week. So appreciate you guys watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.